Voting ain't gonna help us, man. Marching ain't gonna help us, man. Protesting ain't gonna help us, man.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead just isn't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee, and I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on
Man, this
me.
shit ain't no joke, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like the boy Cry Wolf, I ain't blowing no smoke. You don't gotta look far to see it ain't no hope in this fucked up world. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets, H-E-L-L, the belly of the beast. Thanksgiving came around, I wasn't having no feast when the landlord talking about breaking out lease. Goddamn, what's next? My girl broke up with your boy and she did it in a text that if I couldn't have nothing, that I could have love besides love for the money and selling these drugs. Sometimes it seems like it's the only way out, but every day I'm getting older and it's getting played out. Can't end up in the pen trying to find a way out. Lord forgive me for my sins, when my heart gave out. My dad died, biggest loss I ever had to take. He a big part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on was a move I wasn't trying to make, but I got sons now, so I gotta lead them not astray. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay mighty and pray nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee, which is hard in this life for a nigga like me. All my life I had to fight like my name's Sophia. Always had heart and in my heart was no fear. Boy, I stayed is in trouble, trouble always stay near. When you black in America, that's all you cold here, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry for me and my people that's fighting to stay alive. Cause living ain't living when you living to survive. Guess we living in hell till the heavens arrive. Nah, I mean,
What it's like for a nigga like me.
like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead just isn't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee, and I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. What it's like in this life for a nigga like me. Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, America's dreaming. Trying to find a way to make it while surrounded by heat. No stress long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed and I know the Most High's the reason, but my heart's bleeding through my sleeve is seeping. For all the things that I've been peeping, type of shit make you say fuck it and sleeping. Cause while you was sleeping during the evening, for brothers got gunned down over the weekend. Stretched out in streets left leaking, laid out white sheet, mom's grieving. All lives gotta have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama bitching every time that she's speaking, talking like she gonna take the kids as she's leaving. How we go from kids to ending up in the deep end? Sink or swim, lose or win, saint or sin, where does the change begin? And when does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work and just do it again. Damn, can't pretend, cause when you stand out, it's hard to blend. And what I stand for, don't fold the bend. Cause I heard real folks still got too many friends. Cause when you speak the truth, then you tend to offend. So, while I'm gripping this pen, Lord please have mercy on me, amen.
It's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna take our royalty back, man, is if we do just that, man. Take it back. Kwame Yashala, nigga. Time for us to rise out of our oppression. A wise man told me each one teach one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters and teach them, man. There's no reason we should still be getting hung from trees in this day and age, man. Lord, please have mercy on me.
How do you feel about the oppression of black people and Native American Indians and Hispanics? How do you feel about that oppression?
It's all tied in together, and definitely we suffered from some rough times, and it's all linked to everything's in common. Everything's in common.
Now, would you say that the common denominator for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians will be the people, the nation that has oppressed us? Because we all been conquered by the same person. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say without saying it. I can grasp it. Yeah.
No sweat, no sweat. Now I'm gonna ask you this. Now this is a thought-provoking question right here. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna ask you this, brother. You seem like a strong-spirited brother, and I just want to know: do you believe that the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of?
Yes, definitely.
Hey, Most High in Christ, Israel, you know what I'm saying? That concludes our interview right there. Once again, this is Precinct Officer Regalia of the ISUPK, and this is my brother right here,
Kawia King.
You know what I'm saying? Check this brother out. This brother's a musician. He reaches people through his music. Check him out. With that, shalom.
Shalom, this is Precinct Officer Ita Zuma, the ISUPK, and the Commander General Yohanan. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we've been teaching the truth since 1969 that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives are God's chosen people. The reason why we are out here today is to wake up our people. A lot of our people, as you can see, are very destroyed. The oppressor still tries to destroy our people in many crafty ways. We have a lot of celebrities, we have a lot of money. They're not doing anything to help our people. So we're taking it upon ourselves to come out here in these streets and preach the word, the truth, to save our generations.
I was telling you why. Keep reading, not. And then one of all these, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What you learned in history class, Rasa, that before they started putting, black people in slavery, who they put in slavery as well? Native Americans, right? Our ancestors were also put in slavery and bondage.
Shalom Israel, this is Officer Yawasab 5000, and we are out here today to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who they truly are. And we trying to wake them up so we can get out of this hell and this oppression that these Caucasian people have got us in for 400 years and more. You understand? And the only way to do that is to get into this truth and to get into ISUPK, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanan.
None other beside me. I changed not. What the hell are you doing, man? What are you doing? Do some research, man. Study. Pick up a book once and stop twerking. Can you stop twerking enough to pick up a goddamn book and read it? Nah, you want to watch Power. Nah, you want to go and gossip with your girlfriends. Understand? You want to be a drug dealer. You want to be a pimp. You understand? You want to be gangster. Man, get gangster with the Lord, man. That's right. And the Lord will truly show you you ain't no gangster. Understand that, man. Be a brother to your brother, man.
The nations who oppressed you, who stole your land, who took your identity, who gave you bywords, you understand? If you join them, you're going to be destroyed with them. But if you turn to the Most High and keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, you're going to live in that terrible day when Christ returns. What did the Most High say? Read.
I will bring plagues.
He said I might bring.
I will bring.
I could bring.
I will bring.
I will bring. Read.
Plagues upon the world.
I'm going to bring what?
Plagues.
What?
Plagues.
What?
Plagues.
The Most High is going to bring plagues. And one of those plagues is known as the coronavirus, man. And you're afraid, like Donald Trump said, of the invisible enemy. Listen, there's going to be more plagues. The coronavirus ain't nothing compared to what the Most High got in store for the unfaithful and the wicked and the evil of this earth, man. That's right.
12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him, which means destruction to him who built a town on blood. How in the hell you think you can build something on blood and everything is going to be all right? You know, in the world they got something that's called karma. Well, in the Bible it's called you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And what you see right now is a white man reaping what he has sown in this earth, man. That's what he has sown. Bloodshed.
You were sadly mistaken, man. Right. This is the death of America. That's what this place is. The fall of Babylon. We have a song in our organization we like to sing. It goes something like this, right? Babylon is falling. So rise no more. Rise no more.
From the dust to the dawn outside. So in the morning outside, I'm catching wreck when they drawing outside. Cause it's a war outside. My sword drawn outside. This Excalibur, your bladder be all outside. Cause it's a war outside, I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the ball outside, I get it on outside. And that's a definite cannonball, wrecking shit, excellent. Rhyme Barack and bombing like the president. I remain strong, King Kong with the prevalence. I show you exactly what we do, that's how I represent. Hardcore, heaven sent, chain on, hella bent. Throwing all black when they spot me like the leopard print. Oh, I got the braids in, shades on, made men. Cause we put in work to stop the earth until it caved in. Walk strong, talk heavy, hold my own. You rock solid when we bout to leave the sword and stone. Nigga, we warriors, hardcore, tracking the pride. To let the Hebrew speak, nigga, general eyes. And we talking super heavy, nigga, that's the surprise. With all scripture, street talk, word to Captain the Kai. Nigga, we blazing, ripping the mic with all facts. Doing the knowledge to the max till we cracking the pavement. UPK, y'all the one West Harlem, nigga. We spring forward and they falling like it's hard.
Kenji, I can shake your hand. I can respect you. You understand? I can respect you. You understand?
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, they so I'm black. Cops want I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen Glocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. And still help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt his hand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand. Cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I could never leave my spot vacant. Cause I'm black, I see crowns and I take it. Cause I'm black, I never been in no spaceship. But I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gon' come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. Cause I don't play that shit, address him when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped 10 toes down, we wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chillin' hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me we stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats, but the Bible is the cheat code. Far as blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, and just comfort him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce in the street sweeper, covers clip, I be spicing shit. But gunned out with die in the icy wrist, that showed in my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all on you blocking shit, cause I'm black, you think I gotta cock the fifth? Well that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he got a beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. So I'm black.
Clap it up. Scripture breakdown class. I'm Priest and Officer Thawaga Bar, standing in for Captain Dalhar. He might be getting here. He may come through the door. If he don't, we still gonna rock it out, right? Anybody got any questions? Anything? It's a lot of current events going on. So let me get this real quick. A lot of current events. What? Brittany Griner. She got 9.5 years?
Oh, that's the basketball player?
Yeah.
Oh,
She from the Phoenix Mercury. She was out there in Russia. I guess on the off season, she go out there and play because those WNBA players, they make average money, so they go out there to make more money overseas. Overseas, you don't get taxed. You get all your bread, room and board. They take care of you, so you really don't have to spend any money, right? And the WNBA, because nobody watches the WNBA, they not paying those sisters that play anything compared to like the NBA, where they got $1 million. I think what LeBron James is 46 million. Yeah, so the money is just crazy compared from the men compared to the sisters, right? But I think I brought that out. I brought that out a couple of weeks ago, where there was a sister that retired after 8 years, and she said she used to get bullied because she was straight. She was a straight woman, and she said 90, probably like 90. What did she say? 98% of them, 95, maybe 90%. She said of the women in the WNBA are LGBTQ. That's crazy. But yeah, this sister, she was out there with what? I believe it was like vape oil, some cannabis vape oil, drugs, right? Basically drugs. And she got stopped at the airport, and they detained her. And I think they detained her. It's been some months now. It's probably been about 3 or 4 months that she's been detained. And everybody is like in an uproar, like, bring her home, y'all need to bring her home. This is not fair. But us as God's chosen people, what we don't know is that we can't live like everybody else. We have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we'll stay out of harm's way. Like we live a life where we're always worried about something. We're always looking over our shoulder. Are we always suspicious of something, or somebody's trying to do something, somebody's trying to get us, right? We wouldn't even have to live that type of life if we were keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Because the Bible, if you could find that scripture where it talks about fear, right? About we don't fear anything but the Most High. I'm paraphrasing, but if you
the one that Christ said it, fear no man. I think I know which one. From the officer says.
So not
That one where it says
let me hear it. Go ahead and get it. But yeah, as Black and Hispanic people, if we were keeping the law, statute, commandments, meaning if we were just obeying God's laws, we wouldn't have to worry about the world, the white man's laws, or if you was overseas, you wouldn't have to worry about those laws if you wasn't doing drugs, right? If you wasn't doing drugs, you ain't got nothing to be afraid about, right? In our community, we always, and we know this as Black and Hispanic men, you're always worried about the police. You're always worried about and paranoid about what could happen, what might happen. Your mind is always running every move you make. Well, here in the truth, listen, man, it's a beautiful thing because I was in the world and I did everything that you could do in the world, right? And I lived with my head around my shoulder, looking and wondering. And I felt my heart drop when I would be driving down the street and see a police officer or a police officer get behind you, right? I know what that feels like. But brothers in the truth, we in the ISUPK, we don't know what that feels like after a while because we don't even have those worries anymore. I'll tell you a story. I remember a time when me and Regalia got pulled over. I had a Saturn Ion, right? And it was leaking oil or whatever it was doing. But when I would put my foot on the accelerator, smoke would come out for like a second, right? And so I live in an area where it's the hood, and we pulling out on our way to work, but we in the truth though. You know, we've been in the truth, and it's one of those task force units like out here. I think it's called Smash. It's a a special unit that just hop out on brothers and when they see them hanging out, right? They seen us come up out of some apartments. They got behind us, put us over, and I was literally, and I wouldn't advise anybody to be like this, but I was literally on everything the police officer says. So why you pull us over? Well, I pulled you over because, but that ain't enough. I'm like, you know how you see when white people be like going off? I wasn't going off, but I was on the officer's head. Like, bro, why did you pull it? Because it was a black and Hispanic officer that pulled us over. And I'm in the truth. And I'm like, we ain't got no drugs. No, we not on probation. We not on none of that. What are we doing? We about, me and my boy, we finna be late for work. You know what I'm saying? That was the mindset. Opposed to back in the world, I would have been scared. I would have been hiding. I would have been like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm about to run. In your mind, you like, I think I'm about to run. If he go up in that car, if he go up under that seat, if he asks to open the trunk, I'm dipping. You know what I'm saying? But when you keep in God's laws, you ain't even have to worry about none of that, right? And so, like, when you overseas or whatever, remember, this is not our kingdom. Our kingdom is to come. The kingdom come, thy will be done, right? That's our kingdom. When a black man named Jesus Christ rules, this is not our kingdom. And we're up under the subjection of another people. Let me see what you got. Hold on 1 second. What you got, Shadrach?
Okay, you got Psalms 27.
What is that?
The Lord is my light and salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Whom shall I fear?
I like that. Read it from the top again.
Psalms chapter 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation.
The Lord is your light and your salvation, right? What is the opposite of light? Anybody? Darkness. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we live in darkness, right? We are spiritually dead. We are the walking dead in America. We are the walking dead in Europe. We're the walking dead in Russia. We're the walking dead in any country we live in or reside in, because we don't have the truth of the Bible. We don't have the truth of our identity and who we are, right? So we live a life that is against the Most High. And because we live that life is a life of darkness. That life is a life of mourning. That is a life of cruelty. That is a life of fear, right? We live in darkness, right? Read it from the top again.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
And let me go back. You said the Lord, the scripture reads, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Salvation means to be saved from something, right? And just for you to know, brothers and sisters, black and brown, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to be saved from something is to be free of the fear that you live with every day, free of the oppression, right? A lot of times we all grew up in the Christian church where it says, salvation is for everybody. But what if you knew that salvation was strictly for you? What if you grew up knowing that, listen, I'm the only people that need to be saved. I'm the only people that's going through this hell in this place. I'm the only people that got to worry about getting shot in the back by the police. I'm the only people that have to worry about getting shot by my own people. At the same time, trying to survive in this kingdom, I need to be saved, right? I have all the hardships, and maybe if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians knew this growing up, they would make better decisions and they wouldn't have fear, because they would know, like, listen, if I do what the Lord say, He's my salvation, right? I got protection. Salvation ain't some mystical thing they talk about in the Christian church, where the minute you get dipped in some water, you're saved from anything, right? Because if you live an alternative lifestyle and you LGBTQ and you get dipped in some water, you come up wet, but you're still LGBTQ. Didn't nothing change, right? Right. So it does. So getting dipped in water means absolutely nothing, right? But the salvation is only for Israel. Go ahead and read it from the top.
The Lord is my salvation. Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life.
We got the Lord is the creator of heaven and earth. Everything that you see. We're talking right now, you got monkeypox, right? The Lord brings those things. The Lord brings pestilences on the earth. It was coronavirus. And listen, monkeypox is coming. It's getting real out here. Very real, right? Oscar, where you say they just had some cases at?
Pasadena.
In Pasadena. They just had some cases in Pasadena, right? It started off, didn't the cases start out in New York?
I don't know if they started off there, but the person came from New York, and when he got back home, he started to get the symptoms, and another person came from the Bay Area.
The point is that all of these things the Lord is bringing, right? This is who is our creator. This is who gives us the law, statute, and commandments to follow. This is the God of heaven and earth, right? So if you follow the law, statute, and commandments of the God of heaven and earth, what should you fear? Why should you worry? Right? That's another thing. Worrying. That's a big one when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We worry a lot, right? Worrying about how I'm going to pay my bills, worrying about this and worrying about that. But worrying doesn't do anything for you. Like the scriptures say, it doesn't add anything to your stature. Why worry about tomorrow? Because there's enough things right here in this moment, in this day, to worry about than worrying about tomorrow or the future or what's going to happen, right? Go ahead.
The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
That's who you be afraid of, right? Of the Lord. Not of circumstances, not of possibilities, not of, hypothetical things that could happen, not of maybe it might happen, not of like worrying, right? You should be afraid of the Most High. You should be afraid of what the Most High can do. We take our lives for granted every day. You get up, you wake up, and you don't really realize that people die every morning. People are in the morgue right now. Brothers and sisters are in those urns, those caskets right now, but you woke up today, right? And those small things we take for granted, right? And we get caught up in the fear of man. The Bible says that the fear of man is a snare. We're talking about fear, period, though, right? And we fear right now is going to be like, I can remember the time, and I'm sure you can remember the time where people were going crazy for toilet paper. They were going crazy for soap and toilet paper because of the coronavirus. There was a type of hysteria in the earth where you didn't know what was going to happen, right? People didn't know what was the future going to be. I remember being at my slave and in a so-called white man talking about if it comes to that, me and my family, we just gonna use a SHIT rag, and I'm gonna dig a hole in the ground in the yard, and that's how we gonna use the restroom. This was over toilet paper, right? People were thinking about end time possibilities and anarchy and end of days type of scenarios of how they're going to survive when coronavirus hit. It was a time when it was really nothing was secure. everything was up in the air, and everybody didn't know what to think because they were saying coronavirus, you can catch it by just breathing the air. Y'all remember that? They were saying you can catch it just like that. You know what I mean? You walk outside, we don't know who got it, right? By breathing, right? That time is coming again. There's going to come a time where there's going to be great uncertainty, and people are going to be in hysteria and not know what to do. But in here, only the Lord shall we fear. In here, we're only going to fear the Lord. We're not going to fear what, virus or, disease or sickness can come upon us, because our strength, our light is in keeping those commandments and serving the Most High. You can drop that. What you got, Oscar?
So I have Matthew 10:28. It says, "And fear not them which kill." Salaki, I'll read it again. "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell."
Right. The brother said we call them jump out boys. Yeah, they jump out boys. They jump out boys out here. Salaki. I think what I was talking about, Shadow Rock, the scripture he pulled was a little more on point. But the water for that. Yeah, so the brother said, yeah, we call them jump out boys when I was talking about the police. Yeah, what they do is they take one of them cars that's been impounded, drive that around the hood, and hop out on you, right? But we live in fear constantly. Everything is, nothing is promised in the Black and Hispanic community. We're always wondering what's next. That's the type of life we live, right? Is there any questions on that? Anything any brother want to bring out? I want to get the story of, if you could, find an article with Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, the actor, he came with a technology which he could basically, it's so mind-boggling, right, off top. But he came with a technology that can, help a people. The people that he chose to go to help was the Ugandans, right? We have the video, so I'm probably going to play this video, but I want to see if a brother can find that article on Terrence Howard.
I think I have it, sir.
Right? Go ahead and read it.
This is from The Guardian. "Empire of Drones, Terrence Howard takes us where no actor has gone before. The star of Empire, Crash, and Iron Man has found a side hustle in developing new hydrogen technology for Uganda's defense. Just don't ask him to explain it to you. In this day and age, it has become common for movie stars to develop their own little side hustles. Terrence Howard.
If you could tell me, if you could read again, what is it? It's hydrogen. It's a hydrogen technology.
So it says Terrence Howard's side hustle is developing a new hydrogen technology to help defend the sovereignty of Uganda.
To help defend the sovereignty of Uganda, right? So he's developed this new technology, and this technology is supposed to help Uganda, from my understanding. So, is that it on it?
No, there's more, sir.
Go ahead.
Last week, the actor, singer, and aborted war machine Terrence Howard was invited to Uganda's Agriculture Minister Frank Tumwebaze to give an address to help attract investment from people in the Uganda diaspora.
In the Uganda diaspora. Now, Terrence Howard, from what I understand, is the brother. He's an Israelite, right? And he decided to develop a technology, and then he goes to Africans to help them. Now, this is something that you see a lot with our people. This is something that you've seen with Oprah Winfrey. You've seen with what Jay-Z, what Oprah Winfrey went and built a school. Who else went to Africa? I know Jay-Z supposedly went and built a school. Kendrick Lamar, most recently, right? Went over there, to, show love to the Africans, right? Go ahead.
You also got Samuel L. Jackson. I guess he traced his ancestry to some tribe in
To,
Africa.
to the Bantu tribe, Samuel L. Jackson, right? Shadrach, go ahead.
Obama said some money there.
Obama? Obama is African. But the point is that when our people get, successful, they turn to another people, or what they think is their people, Salakia. What they think is their people, and to help them. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Deuteronomy 28 and 54.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
Now, I want you to look at that picture. I don't know if y'all can see it, but Terrence Howard's wife is not even black. That's something I didn't even know when the brother put up this article. Read that from the top one more time. This changes everything.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
His eye shall be evil to his brother, right? At one time, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we loved one another. We looked out for one another. We had compassion on one another. But then all of that changed, right? And in America, when we were in slavery, when we were conquered by the Spanish conquistadors, we loved one another. When we were fighting the so-called white man for this land, we loved one another. You know what I mean? We had brotherhood. We had compassion. After we were conquered and the so-called white man took over this land and then gave us opportunities and gave us ways to prosper, our hearts turn cold towards one another. And that's what you see in our community. We black and Hispanic men come out of the hood, get successful, and then forget about the very place they came from. You see that Oprah Winfrey grew up hella poor, right? Every black and Hispanic person that you know that is a celebrity and they are in the limelight, they came from the ghetto. They came from the barrio. They came from the hood. They came from the bottom, right? And when they get to a certain point, they forget about their people. Now, you'll forget about the people in the hood and fly all the way to Africa and give a people that is not your people your resources and your love, right? Read that again, Shadrach.
So that the man is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
His eye shall be evil towards his brother, right? That's evil, man. To profit. Now, Terrence Howard done profited off of movies. What he didn't start in what is it? What's that one? Hard with the song "Hard Out," "Hard for a Pimp." Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Hustle and Flow. He done prospered off of blockbuster movies depicting the life of black people, right, in the hood, the struggle. Another one he was in was one of those sitcoms. Was it Power? Or it was the one where they had a record company. Is that what it's called? Empire. He done prospered off of that image, right? And then he goes and takes his wealth and his success and tries to give it to another people, or his invention. He invented something that's supposed to protect the Uganda people. What about the people in the hood? What about something that could do something for your people right here that came on slave ships that's getting shot in the back by the police, right? What about an invention that can protect us? What about an intervention that could stop blacks and Hispanics from killing one another or even doing drugs, right? What about something like that? But no, he goes to a people that is not his people. What you'll find out if you're new to this, if you're new to the truth, you'll find out that we are not African. And Africans have never loved the Negroes or you know, God's chosen people that came on transatlantic slave ships. Salakia. That's what you'll find out. You'll find out that we're two different people. A lot of people say, like, a lot of black people believe that we are Africans simply because of the education system in America that has taught us, listen, we're African, right? You came from slave ships, you came from Africa, and that's what you are. When in reality, we are God's chosen people. We are different. The same way, you ready? I'm gonna pass the class to Priest Captain Gadalhar. Let's clap it up. You get a chance to go over that thing? I didn't go over it. We'll go over it on the show you're gonna be on. Water, clap it up. Let's get it. All right. Let's get it. Any questions in the room? Oh, you getting that cracking? You can just leave it. Oh, solid. The water. Take this AirPod out. All right. Boom. The camera right here. This the camera right here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Got the wall camera we fucking with, huh? Real clear. Real nice. All right. Slack it. Damn it. That's good. Any questions in the room? Oh, let me see. No questions in the room? Oh. Shout out, go ahead.
Galatians 4:22.
Are we on Facebook or just YouTube?
We're on Facebook and YouTube.
I ain't see it on Facebook. Can you, Oscar, can you share it to my page, bro? Sure. I was looking for it. Shout out, what's your question?
On Galatians 4:22.
Mm-hmm.
It says, against such there is no law. I was wondering who that for.
Who? Wait, so like 1 second before we start. Are we done? Are you wrapped up on this, the wall? Or should I finish something on what you was bringing up?
No, I'm wrapped up on it.
Okay, solid.
But we are on Israelite School Universal Practice Knowledge.
On Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah.
Okay. Can you share it to my page? Tag me in there or something? What was your question at?
Okay, I might have got that one different.
No sweat.
Hey, get Isaiah 2:4.
Hey, talk. You hook me up about it? Isaiah 2 and 4? All right, let's get it. Isaiah 2 and 4.
Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords in the plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hooks.
Right.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. What is this preacher talking about? Anyone want to give it a shot?
So like, is this the one where they'll take their weapons and put them into something else?
Plowshares, but what is this talking about though?
It's talking about how it's going to be when Christ is already ruling.
Almost. Shout it out.
My question was, is this when Israel returns to the homeland?
This is when we get the kingdom of heaven. And they're gonna break all their weapons of war and turn them into plowshares, things to what? Help tend to the field. You understand? That's what it's talking about. And they're gonna learn war no more because they are going to be servants. Just like you, as black and Hispanic people, we don't learn war for our own country. We learn war for someone else's country. And if you're not learning war for anyone else's country, you're learning war no more. You understand? And that's what they'll be. They'll be learning war no more. You know what I mean? While we'll be always training and learning war, they will never learn war anymore. That's how you become the number one superpower.
Ash.
Counselor, so this is talking about when Christ is already here on earth and we're ruling on earth already, or is this talking about like what time period or
Just the kingdom of heaven.
okay.
It's the kingdom of heaven. Throw it out. All right, good to go. Shout out.
So like,
Ash.
can I get that precept?
It's Isaiah 2 and 4. We're gonna go over. Go ahead, shout out.
I had one more.
No sweat.
It was in the book of Acts, verse 10.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you got it. Any other questions? Your time.
It's about the Sabbath. I was trying to see if when it says don't kindle a fire, is that talking about like don't make God angry or don't kindle like a literal fire?
No, right. What you said was right. Not the Lord make the Lord angry is be better. You know what I'm saying? But we just went over last week, right? Can you give me the precept where the Lord where they kindled a fire, or it's like when they made a fire? I'll just give it to you in Chronicles 9 and 32, right? Where they prepared the showbread. They had bread goes into the oven. You're making a fire for the oven. That's all you need, just to prove that fire is available on the Sabbath. You understand? All right. Any other questions? Shutterrock, you ready? All right, no sweat. Good to go? No questions online? If any questions online, just type them in. We'll go over adultery, what adultery is, story of adultery with King David and Bathsheba. Matter of fact, when you pull that first, can you find that precept for me, Thor? Yes. What is adultery in the Bible as well? I'll pull it for that. I'll pull it for you. Mm-hmm. Here it is. Give me Ash, give me first Corinthians 6 and 18. And then your top, if you can give me Exodus 20 and 14.
Like that. 1 Corinthians
6 and 18. Yeah. And then Exodus 20 and 14. Let's get that. What marriage is. Of course, you know that marriage is what, according to the Bible? Sex, right? Marriage is sex according to the Bible. If you have sex with a woman, she becomes your wife. She becomes your possession. That is your wife for the rest of your life, according to God, right? According to God in the Bible. The only way that it cannot be your wife anymore if she had sex with someone else, which would be considered adultery. Y'all understand, right? How does a man commit adultery? According to the Bible? Go ahead.
Sleep with another man's wife.
Y'all understand, right? Sleeping with another man's wife, which is a death penalty offense in the Bible, is to sleep with another man's wife. That's how a man commits adultery. Y'all understand, right? Now, if a man has a wife and he sleeps with another woman, is that adultery? A single woman. No, it is not adultery. It'll be considered him taking on another wife, according to the Bible. Everybody understand, right? So let's break down. Let's get it. Let's get marriage first. Before y'all go anywhere, let me get Hebrews 13 and 4. Hebrews 13 and 4. And of course, we'll break down worldly sex and biblical sex as well. So we can break it down, because a lot of people say America takes sex as a casual thing. Y'all understand, right? It's a casual thing where people meet up and they might have sex the first time they meet, right? First time they see each other, they might have sex, or you might talk to a person, you might have sex with them without even doing any investigation of who they are. So America is okay with that because they promote that sexual behavior. They promote sexual freedom. Y'all understand, right? Israel does not promote sexual freedom. Israel actually has protocols that takes place first before a man can sleep with a woman, mainly called a dowry, or a time to be betrothed to someone. Y'all know what betrothed means? Betrothed? Shadarach? Promise to, engaged to, right? So if I'm a brother and I'm betrothed, a woman is betrothed to me, she's promised to me. We might not have had sex yet,
but she is betrothed to me. You know what I mean? We're getting to know each other. Maybe we're in the early stages of a courtship. Maybe we're young. Maybe we're 16 and our parents are in charge of our courtship. You get what I'm saying? And she's promised to me until our parents say we're able to get married, which might be 18 or 19. Y'all understand? But she's promised to the brother for that time, and then they have sex. Then they become married. Y'all understand? So where we at? Hebrews? Let's read that out.
This is Hebrews 13:4.
Uh-huh.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable in all. So being married is honorable according to the Lord, right? God looks at marriage as a beautiful thing. He looks at it as a thing that you should do. Remember what did the Lord say to the people going to Egypt, to the Israelites going to Egypt? What did he say? Ash, what did he say?
He said, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply, right? He said he wanted you to go and have sex with your woman and have kids. If you have more than one woman, have sex with your women and have children. That's what he said. Be fruitful and multiply. So he looks at marriage as an honorable thing, right? Go ahead.
And the bed undefiled.
And the bed is undefiled, right? On that bed, what is happening on that bed? Shadrach? Sex, right? You're sleeping with the woman, you're having sex with her. Ooh, you're having a good time. That's what it is, right? And it's undefiled. What does undefiled mean? What? Go ahead.
It's not a sin.
It's not a sin. What else? What do you want to raise your hand? Not. But go ahead, Amy.
Unclean.
Unclean. Not unclean. Sex does make you unclean, but I'll take that. Unclean is good. Go ahead. It's a little more though.
Whatever you do in your bed is your business.
There you go. In that bed, you can do as you please. Y'all understand? You can do what you want on that bed. What you can't do on that bed is a homosexual act. You get what I mean? You can't tell your woman to do something homosexual to you. Because some men are into that, and you cannot do that. But everything else you can do according to you, right? So a lot of people might ask the question, can a woman perform oral sex on a man? Yes, that's biblical. Yes, that's called humbling somebody. Can a man do it back if he chooses to? You get what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do with your woman is what you can do with your woman. The Lord said that it's honorable, right? Go ahead.
But whoremongers.
But what?
But whoremongers.
But whoremonger is a cat that has sex with a lot of women. He mongers up whores. You get what I'm saying? Meaning what? What does a whoremonger mean? Meaning a cat that just want to sleep with a whole bunch of women and not have the responsibility of keeping that woman. You understand? Go, Shadrach.
Another example of a whoremonger is a pimp, right?
No, not a pimp. A pimp doesn't really have sex with women. You get what I'm saying? He sells the woman. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say it, but and I guess today's terms, Malak, you sit right here so you ain't blocking the brother. In today's term, it wouldn't be really a whoremonger. What is a whoremonger? Somebody look up a whoremonger for me. You could be right, Shadow, right? But I'm thinking more of a man who had sex with a whole bunch of whores, right? But go ahead.
And adulterers.
And what?
Adulterers.
Go ahead.
God will judge.
Mm-hmm. The Lord said He's going to judge you adulterers. You want to sleep? Listen, you want to be disloyal to your husband? You want to be disloyal? You want to sleep with another man's woman? I mean, in America, what do? We proliferate sleeping with another man's woman, right? All the time in our music, in movies. How many times you watch movies and you're rooting for the cat to sleep with the other cat's woman? Unbeknownst to you, you're not trying to, but you like internally, especially growing up in the world, you be like, yeah, that he's an asshole. He deserves that cat deserves that girl because he's bad to her. So we all promote adultery. You get what I'm saying? Instead of her, she should still be with her man. She shouldn't commit adultery. So that's what we do, right? In our music, the best thing in music is to take another man's woman, right? That's what they talk about all the time. It's sleeping with another man's woman and then giving her back to you, which is, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you want to sleep with another man's woman so bad. Like, don't you know this man been in her all the time? And you want some of that? Like, I mean, that's that. The Lord said that land is greatly polluted. You understand? That's what He said. So when you see those things in America, you should know that those things are off. That is against the Lord. Keep going. So, like, where we at?
That's the end of point.
All right. Give me what you holding, Oscar. Go ahead, no sweat. 1 Corinthians 6 and 18. Somebody, Malak, can you pull that for me?
So you said 1 Corinthians?
1 Corinthians 6 and 18.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
Flee fornication.
Flee what?
Fornication.
Flee fornication. Fornication is unlawful sex, right? Unlawful sex pertains to bestiality or adultery, sleeping with another man's woman. Sleeping with another man's woman or homosexuality. You understand? Those are terms. Those are fornications. Things that are unlawful according to God. Go ahead. So fornication is not having sex with a woman. You understand? At the wall.
Fornication can be like you having sex with your auntie. Or
there you go.
Some type of
Your mother, like Oedipus, right? Or give me another one. You know, you get the point, right? You sleeping with your okay. I don't even want to put that out there because y'all brothers might go to your family reunion. Like, go ahead, Yazab.
I was gonna say like a pedophile.
Pedophile, perfect, and that's unlawful sex, right? Because I was gonna say cousin. Technically you can, but you should not sleep with your cousin because our nation is so big. Y'all understand, right? Malakma.
What is it? Brothers try to take their father's rib, right? Isn't that what happened?
That's what Reuben, right? Reuben he slept with his father's rib. You know what I'm saying? Which was unlawful, and he lost his birth right because of that. Y'all understand? So now we went to fornication. Keep going. Flee from fornication. Shadrach, you was reading, right?
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
One more time.
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
Mm-hmm.
But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
You sin against your own body, meaning you're destroying yourself. Y'all understand, right? You're destroying yourself. Any more? Good to go. Keep reading a little more on 19.
Verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
What? Know ye that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost?
There you go. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Remember, I always say spirit. Right? The Holy Spirit. That is your body. Go ahead.
Which is in you.
Which is in what?
Which is in you.
The water. Good to go. Exodus 20 and 14.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not.
Go 2 verses
14,
up.
14?
Yeah, verses up. Yeah.
Exodus 20 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Read it again.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Read it again.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Y'all understand, right? You understand, right? So now, of course, in the ISUBK, you see brothers married to women forever. You know what I mean? Brother might be with a woman like since he was 18 years old and he's 35. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been married 17 years because of the ISUBK. Now, of course, what we teach in here is tremendous because we teach on what in ISUBK when it comes to marriage that they do not teach in the world. What do we teach, Malakma?
That's for life.
It's for life, meaning what?
You
can never leave each other. Y'all understand, right? That's the beauty of marriage is in here, you can never leave each other. If you guys are both loyal to the Most High. If you both love the Lord, then there's no reason why you should ever get a divorce because, of course, it's against our laws. So we ever heard the term, you broke it, you buy it. It's yours. The wall.
Not even if he has a family?
Right. Right. Listen, that was your choice to sleep with the brother. You can't leave him. Now, can you leave your husband if you want to? Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, you can. You can leave. But you can't be in here.
Right.
You understand, right? You couldn't be in here. Can a man leave his woman? Yes, he absolutely can. If a brother want to leave his woman, he can. But he can't be in here.
Right.
Y'all understand, right? He can't. He can't be in here no more. He broke the law. He's doing something that's a very much against our culture and against God, more importantly. Malakma.
So like, Cap, what is it that was it you that posted it or somebody posted it that you're free to do what you want, but you're not free from the consequences that come from it?
Probably somebody else. But yeah, absolutely. Consequences. Freedom of choice is not real. Free will is not a thing. You understand? Are you free to do whatever you want? Absolutely. But in your mind, free will means I'm willing, I can do whatever I want and nothing is going to happen to me. That's not true. Y'all understand? Consequences are coming. That's the next thing after a decision. The consequence, if you make a right decision, could be a good thing, right? Judgment could be a good judgment. But if you do something against the Lord, it's definitely going to be a bad thing. Now, when it comes is when it comes. It can come now, it can come later. Or the Lord could say, well, this brother, he never did that again. I might can forgive him for that. I might can just wink my eye at that. You heard that precept before? He winks his eyes at some of our sins. He might can do that if you can be perfect. But I would not leave it up to debate. That's the point, right? We're not trying to play the odds, right? And the UPK, what do we do? What is the main thing we teach? Go ahead.
Make your election sure.
The wall, you read my mind. Make your election sure. That's it. That's why we in here. We ain't trying to tell you, nah, you got a couple more sins in you. No. Trying to tell you, you have to make your election sure. You have to do what's right. Because doing what's right makes your election sure. It allows us to say what? No, I know I'm doing the right thing. No, I know I'm perfect. No, I know I'm not wrong for this. Right? That's how you want to be. Because that's that's the life you have to live right now, because you do not know when Christ returns. Right? One thing I've learned, we all have learned, right? Live your life like Christ is returning tomorrow. If you live your life like that, then you won't have no problems. Y'all understand, right? All right, solid. So Exodus 20:14, you read that? Give me James 4:17. You got the story of that story, Thor? Bathsheba? Just find it for me when you can.
I got it.
Okay, I need to start it from where.
It's like damn near the whole chapter.
Okay, start it from where he's on the rooftop, though.
Okay, yeah. That's verse 2.
Yeah, start from the rooftop. But let's not go there just yet. Let me get a couple more precepts. James 4:17.
James chapter 4, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and do it not, to him it is sin.
Right. If you know to do good and you don't do what's good, that's a sin. You understand? It's a sin. Go ahead, Ash.
Sir, can the good is the good referring only to not sinning, or is it referring to simply just a good thing? Like you making the right choice, like it has nothing to do with sin. It just has to do with making the wise decision.
Mm-hmm.
So since you know that's the wise decision, since you know that's the good thing to do, if you don't do it, even though it's not a sin, it's still a sin?
No. This is what you got. This how you. I'll answer your question like this. This is how you got to live your life, right? Live your life like it ain't just yours. Live your life like you're responsible for people around you. That's how you want to live your life. You understand? Live your life like you're responsible for everybody in the room. So if you can live your life like that, then you'll always make what's the right decision. Because if it's up to you, you don't care about yourself because it's just you. Whatever happens to you is on you in your mind, right? But you can't live like that. You got to make the right decision for everyone in the room. When you can live your life like that, then you're always going to make the right decision. And that's what's wise. You see something at the club going, we at the bar or whatever, and you see something that ain't right. You got to be like, hey, we got to go. We got to go. We stay here any longer, someone's going to get shot. You know what I mean? No one might get shot. No one even shoots the club. But you're in your mind, this isn't safe anymore. Let's go. But if it's just you hanging out, you might stay. Might not care. You get what I'm saying? But you want to live your life like you're responsible for people. Right?
Like that.
Go ahead.
So here it's talking about if you know the law.
Mm-hmm. And you do what's wrong and you ignore the law.
Then you're in sin.
Yes. Do not ignore the law. You know what I'm saying? You make your life a sacrifice at that point. You're making your life eligible to be ended with sin, in sin. You understand? You want to die in truth, not die in sin, right? That's how you want to die. If I'm going to die, I hope I died with my last decision being in truth, and my life being in the truth, not in the world or not as a sinner. You understand, right? Solid. Okay, next. Any more? Salakia. That was it on that, right? Jeremiah 13 and 27. Let me get two more preachers, then we get to the story. And matter of fact, young man, let me get Luke 16 and 18. We'll go to Jeremiah 13 and 27 and 1 John 1 and 9.
Luke right now, sir?
No, hold that for the third precept. Jeremiah 13 and 27. Let's go.
This is Jeremiah 13 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen thine adulteries
Mm-hmm.
and thy names, the lewdness of thy whoredom.
The lewdness of thy whoredom. He done seen it all. He done seen your adultery and thy nays. Somebody look up nays. And the lewdness. Lewdness is like a immoral or improper way to see someone sexually. You understand? Like lewd acts, something that's immoral, right? Go ahead.
And thine abomination on the hills in the field.
And he's seen the abomination in the hills and the fields, right? Wherever you go, it's an abomination. Go ahead.
Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem.
Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem. And that's the culture of blacks and Hispanics, man. We're very, because of America and because of our knowledge being destroyed and because of our oppressor allows this place. He's the parent of this place, right? He's the ruler of this place. And he allows you to be a fool. You understand? He allows you to have this freedom of sex. You can't go on social media without seeing sex. Social media, right? You can't watch a show without seeing sex. Like, sex is prevalent in this place. Sex is the thing that drives this place. You know what I mean? Like, if you go look at black women or Hispanic women on social media, and I don't even believe this is real women in real life, right? What I mean by that is, like, I think it's like 10% of women, but it's getting pushed out as propaganda to show people how we are. But that ain't really who we are. I know some real women that don't act like that at all. You get what I'm saying? But because of social media, they'll make it seem like we all act like this, that we're a race of whores. You get what I'm saying? We're a race of thieves and scammers and a race of murderers. And that's probably like 5% of us or 10% of us. You understand? But of course, on Fox News, they're going to say that's all of us. Right? Like Oprah, listen, Oprah was in Beverly Hills one year and she talks about how she went to I don't know if it was Beverly Hills, but it was some store. Might have been out the country. Sweden. She's in Sweden shopping and she's getting followed in the store. Oprah is a billionaire. You understand? But what is Oprah before being a billionaire? Shout out. Yeah. She's a nigga. And she was followed around like a nigga. You understand? That's who she is. And she was shocked that she was getting followed around. I'm Oprah. No, you're not Oprah. You're black. You understand? Go ahead out.
There was a Congress lady.
Hold on one second. Who got nays?
Oh, I got nays.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your point.
It's the cry of a horse.
It's the cry of a horse.
A prolonged crying of a horse.
That sounds like Meg Thee Stallion, don't it? But go ahead.
But there was a lady. She was a congresswoman. She was running for election
Uh-huh.
or whatever, and she was putting up her signs in the neighborhood, and they called the cops on her too. She's a nigga.
Right.
You a nigga first.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
She was. Of course, she was surprised as hell, but they called the cops on her.
Right. Damn right. Listen, man. You are born in your uniform. You understand? Everyone has a team, right? Everyone has a team. You watch sports. Your team is your color, your skin color. That's your team. You get what I'm saying? Or your skin color. When I say skin color, you're not African. Y'all understand that, right? So you see a black African, you might think that's your brother. You know that ain't your brother. That's a darker team, right? That's a darker colored team, right? That spirit of that team is way different. But you're born in your uniform. You know exactly who you are. When you see each other, you know who you are. You understand, right? Oh, yeah, keep going. And so, that was it on that? Go ahead.
Wilt thou not be made clean?
Wilt thou not be made clean? Go ahead.
When shall it once be?
When shall it once be? He said, man, listen, you're unclean people. When were you going to be clean? When? When are you going to change? When are you going to stop being a nation of adulterers and whores and scumbags and whoremongers? You understand? When are you going to do that? Give me 1 John 1 and 9. And then we get to the story, all right? Oh, no, we got Luke. Go ahead.
1 John chapter 1 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
If we confess our sins,
Go ahead.
he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins
Mhm.
and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
Right. That's what we have to do. Confess our sins so we can be cleansed from our sins. You want forgiveness from the Lord, you got to confess your sins, man. Everyone can change. You're an adulterer, you can change. You're a thief, you can change. You're a murderer, you can change. You're a homosexual, you can change. You understand? Christ didn't just die for all straight people. He died for them homosexuals that hope they change too. You understand that, right? He died for that. Listen, no one wants to hear this. He died for that child molester. He died for that child molester, and when in hopes that cat would stop molesting children. Y'all got the point, right? That's what he died for. So confess your sins so we can change, so we don't have to die. But if you don't confess your sins, you will die. Y'all understand, right? All right, give me that precept. Luke 16 and 18. You got your hand up, Bob? Oh, no, sorry. Luke 16 and 18.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 18. Whosoever putteth away his wife and marrieth another committeth adultery.
Read again.
Oh, God. The book of Luke, chapter 16.
Read it loud.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever putteth away his wife and marrieth another committeth adultery.
If you put away your wife and marry another, you commit adultery. What is putting away your wife? In layman terms? Go ahead. Divorcing her, right? Throwing her away, right? You can't put her away and marry another. The Lord said you commit adultery when you do that. You understand? You say, this woman, I don't want to be with her no more. I want to be with you. That is what America does. That's the reason why I put this precept. America says, divorce her and be with her. But the Lord just said, they just made you an adulterer because you cannot divorce her and be with her. You understand? You cannot do that. That's against God. Keep going up.
And whosoever marrieth her that is put away from her husband committeth adultery.
And now if another brother marries her, you made him an adulterer because of your act. You understand? In America, you're married by that certificate. Is it a sin to get the certificate? No, it's not a sin to get a certificate. But the paperwork does not matter to the Most High. You understand, right? You cannot get that paperwork and say, okay, I got this paperwork. Now I want paperwork for a divorce because I want to marry someone else. That's against God. And we're going to get that also in Tobit as well. A lot of fake Israelites and Christians, they believe that Tobit had a marriage certificate, right or wrong, Thawal. That's what they say, right? They had a marriage certificate. We'll go over that in 1 second. Let's just get into the story with David and adultery. Let's read that. Verse 2, right?
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Samuel, chapter 11, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass in the evening tide that David arose from his bed.
Right. David arose from his bed. Go ahead.
And walked upon the roof of the king's house.
Mm-hmm. Like a roof on the king's house will be like your porch today. You get what I'm saying? So you walk out your window and you be on your porch. So that's what they're talking about, the roof. So he walked off and he's on his roof. Go ahead.
And from the roof, he saw a woman washing herself.
And he saw a woman washing herself, right? She's taking a bath, taking a shower. He saw a woman. This is King David, a killer, a warrior, right? The Lord's anointed, right? Go ahead.
And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?
Right. So now he goes, listen, so put yourself in this, right? He walks out his room and he goes on his roof, his porch. And he's looking over the city and he sees a woman naked taking a bath. And because of his lust, he says, bring her to me. You get on me? Bring her to me. Good Lord, that's a bad woman. I want her. Bring her to me. Now, what he should have did was walked out, seen her, and said, "Oh, Salakia." You get what I'm saying? That's what he should have did. It would have been, "Oh, Salakia, man." Walk back in the crib and act like nothing happened. That's what you have to do. You see someone, because seeing someone in nakedness is seeing someone in their. Anybody know? See someone in their nakedness is seeing someone in their shame. You know what I mean? You're naked, that's their shame. It should be something that's sacred. You know what I mean? In your culture, it should be something that, oh man, like, damn, I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you see a woman that you're having sex with and her nakedness, then that's something you can admire because you guys consented to that. But he came out and seen her on accident and watched her, right? Then he watched her and asked his servants to go bring her to me. The wall.
Verse 4. And David sent messengers and took her.
Mm-hmm.
And she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness.
Mm-hmm.
And she returned unto her house.
Damn. So he came. They brought her here, and this is the part that you have to recognize too. The brothers who brought the sister to him, or before they brought her to him, they said, "This is Uriah's wife." This is like when you see things like this, right? Hold where we at. There's a precept. There's a precept that says the Lord gives you an out. You know what I'm talking about? It's in James. Temptation, right? Give me that in 2 and 12. James 2 and 12. Hold where you at, the wall. Give me James 2 and 12, your top. You got it? James 2 and 12. Okay.
This is James 2 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty.
This ain't it. Where were we at, though, Ash?
I found it, sir. It's actually 1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
First,
You sure?
I think it's James. Let me hear 10 and 13. Are you at James 2 and 12?
Is it the one that has no temptation taking you?
That is it. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Go ahead.
But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
You hear that, right? That's one of them. The one in James is the one I want.
It's coming up.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
There you go. That's it. With the temptation, he maketh a way to escape. You get what I'm saying? There's a thing that comes up. If you ever sinned, and I'll speak to this, right? It's something that happens when you know you're about to do something off, and then something happens where you get thrown off of it. That is your out. That is your out. You understand? That's your out. You have to recognize it and be like, oh yeah, that saved me. Or most people may like, ignore it because flesh won that day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what David did. His flesh won that day. His spirit said, I don't care. I know exactly who that is. You know what I'm saying? I know whose wife that is. Bring her to me anyways. Y'all understand? Keep going, Ash.
I wasn't on the story.
No, keep going on that preset. That was it?
No, sir, it's still got some.
Mm-hmm.
That ye may be able to bear it. That's it.
That you may be able to bear it, right? You might be able to bear it and not have to suffer that. Now, Kim, take me back to the story, Thor.
Verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child.
Damn. So now she's married. She goes and sleeps with King David. King David seduces her. Imagine like this. King David is a king of Israel, an amazing warrior, a handsome brother. He has all this power, and he slept with another man's woman. You understand? Like that. He could have any woman. He could have any woman he wants to, any single woman he wants to, and he wants to sleep with this brother's wife. Just imagine that. Just imagine. You're a cat that has all the power in Israel, and you took another man's wife, a brother who fights for you. Uriah was an Israelite that was an amazing warrior in the army of Israel. Right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And David sent to Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. Verse 8.
Right.
And
So now
then-
he said, tell me how Uriah is doing. He said, oh, that brother, he's mighty. He in there slaying and killing everything. He doing his job. They in there, man, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Joab is the captain of the host. He's the captain. He's like the man in charge of that army, right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And David said to Uriah, go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king.
Go ahead. A mess, meaning he been sent him to his crib with a whole bunch of food. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house.
God damn, man. So now he is making the situation worse for King David because King David is trying to hide his sin. Y'all understand, right? He's like, nah, go to your crib, man. Go see your woman. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, I would not go see a woman. I want to be with my brothers. I want to be with the Akim. I'm gonna be right here with the Akim at the king's door. I'm gonna be right here with them. I'm not gonna go see my wife. And a lot of cats in the military, right? And if you're in any war, you hear these stories in movies, or even if you read books and stuff like that. A lot of cats don't even want to think about their family when they're out there because it could be a distraction. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to go see them at all because of the distraction. It might take them off their point. It might make them lose their focus. You know what I'm saying? So it's better for them just to stay in war mode so they won't hurt themselves or get someone else hurt. Shout around.
In that movie, Windtalk was I guess he was the head sergeant or whatever. Master sergeant. He did that. He kept getting letters from the female he was supposed to marry, but he never sent letters back. He stayed with the platoon and did what he had to do for war.
And that's what Uriah is doing. You get what I'm saying? Because seeing your woman and having sex and having that freedom might weaken you because you're going back laxed. You know what I'm saying? For boxing, right? What did boxers? You about to say that, right? Go ahead. Bring it out.
Before your match, a boxer is not supposed to have sex for probably like a week.
Right. They trying to keep him his testosterone in and keep him strong and keep him ready. You get what I'm saying? Like those are black things. You know what I'm saying? They float over to everyone's culture. You want to keep that in, right? So now he does that. He doesn't go to see his wife. He stays at the doorsteps with the other brothers at the king's doorsteps. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And when they had told David, saying Uriah went not down to his house, David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down to thy house?
Right.
And verse 11. And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abideth in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into my house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing.
Oh my God. Listen. Like if you read, okay, I'm not gonna have you read it again. But you hear him, right? Like he's such in the spirit of war. He's putting his brothers first. He's saying, listen, my brothers mean everything to me. They don't get this opportunity I'm getting. Why should I get this then? I don't deserve it. Listen, my Lord, my Adawan, Joab, is in war in tents with my other Akim in tents. I don't want that. I don't want to go sleep with my woman. I don't want to eat the food. I don't want to do any of those things. I want war. The wall, you want to say something? I got you, shut up.
No, I was just saying, like, his loyalty was like A1. He's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going to do all that while they outside. My brothers is outside. Everybody is in tents. And I'm going to go have this luxury. Nah, I'll stay right here.
Right. You know and Ash is worthy. I'll answer your question at the end of the class, okay? Go ahead.
That's how we feel when we're not going to camp. That's how I feel when I'm not at camp and I see y'all on the video.
Right.
They on the front line.
You start doing push-ups. Start like, damn, man, we in the camp. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what Uriah is saying is so strong and so in the spirit, and it's the spirit of Christ because he's cutting David. You get what I'm saying? He is cutting King David without even knowing, and that's how you know you in the wrong. When everything in the world starts cutting you. I don't know if you ever had that. I have. I mean, I know I did something wrong. I start getting cut by the random cat. I'm like, God damn, how you know? What you know about God, Lee? You ever had that happen to you? It's like God is speaking to you through everything going forward. Like, yeah, you are this, and you like, what the hell? How you know to say that? It's crazy. And this cat is getting cut through his servant. You understand? He's getting cut through him, and it's making him more scared and feared because he knows now, oh my God, the Lord is against me. Oh my God. He knows. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 12. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart.
Mind you, what does he know? What does David know? Young man?
That Uriah's wife is pregnant?
Yes. With King David's son. That's what he knows. You feel me? So what is he trying to do? Yeah, come lay with your wife, man. Go be with your wife. So he can put the baby on him. You feel me? Which is it sounds like some Maury. You know, some Maury shit, right? He's trying to have him come over so he can sleep with his woman so he can be like, yeah, you got her pregnant. Remember that time I told you to come through? That's what you got her pregnant. He said, nah. Hell nah. No, I didn't go over there. Start doing the timetables. Like, hold on. I didn't go see my woman. How is she pregnant? Right? You know what I'm saying? He tells him again, why don't you stay for another day, man, and go see your woman, man. Please go see your family. He damn near got to order the cat. Go see your woman, Ak. That's an order. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow.
Right.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house.
That's Christ. That's the spirit of Christ. That's the Most High not allowing him to see his wife. Now David's in a panic. So what do you do when you're in a panic? You make rash decisions that would ruin your reputation, right? And this was going to happen. Keep going.
Verse 14. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Verse 15. And he wrote in the letter, saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle.
God, did you hear what that just said? He said he wrote a letter, right? He wrote a letter to Joab and gave it to Uriah to give it to Joab. So he wrote the letter. Mind you, he wrote the letter. Now he stamps it with the Dawadah, the shield of David, right? He stamps it. Boom. Uriah, hand this to your captain. You feel me? He goes. Uriah hands it to his captain. Now read it again.
Verse 15. And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die.
You understand that, right? He said, put him where the battle is the most hottest and leave him. Leave him there so he can die. That's what he said. So what did David do? This is what you call adding sin to sin. You heard that before, right? When you add sin to sin, this is what he's doing. He's adding sin to sin. Because now he committed adultery. Now he's conspiring murder to his servants. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 16. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were. Verse 17. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of David. And Uriah the Hittite died also.
God damn. Now he's dead. So now let's fast forward, right? So now he's dead. And if you could take me to the child.
The child?
Yeah, when you find it, right? The child is born. I'll just give it to you, right? No sweat. So the child find this for me, Thor, if you could. What a prophet of God comes to David and checks David for what he did. Find that for me.
I got you.
All right, no sweat. And start from the beginning of that. So this is what happens, right? He dies. They get word that he dies. Now she comes out as pregnant. Oh, go ahead, Thor.
2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1.
Now stay with me, right? Go ahead.
And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, And the Lord sent Nathan unto David,
Mhm.
and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, one rich and the other poor.
Hey, listen, listen, stay with me on this. Listen to the consequences and the judgment that David got, right? So David, I don't know if they say it right here, but I'll just go to it. But this is excellent what Nathan is Nathan, right? Nathan is gonna say to David. Bathsheba was pregnant, right? And what you call it? The Nathan's gonna tell him about what's gonna happen to his son, right? We get at the end, right? They're gonna say it. But I want all the other words that he's gonna say. That's more important. So at the end, he says, your son is going to die because of the sin that you committed by sleeping with Uriah's wife. You know what I'm saying? So David starts to fast. He fasts for 3 days. And his son is born and his son dies. When his son dies, he eats. I mean, he's mourning because he's sad his son dies. But that's not the important part. This is the important part that Nathan told David for what he did. Ash.
Like that. So everything you just said right now
Is at the end. No, this is at the end of what he's about to say. But that's not the important part. This is the important part. What we're about to read.
So Nathan coming to him is after his son died?
No, it's before. He's going to tell him that his son's going to die. You get what I'm saying? This is his judgment for adultery. You get what I mean? And remember, when you have a son in adultery in the nation of Israel, they are not accepted to the kingdom of heaven. They can't come around. They got to wait a couple generations. You get what I'm saying? You're a bastard. You're a woman. Your wife, your mother was an adulterous woman. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Thor.
Verse 2. The rich man had exceedingly many flocks and herds.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. But the poor man had nothing.
Go ahead.
Except for one little ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up. And it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. And there came a travailer unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was to come to him.
Mm-hmm.
And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, this man that have done this thing shall surely die.
You understand this, right? Nathan is coming to him and saying, giving him an example of what this evil bastard is. And David gets angry. He gets angry. And he goes, man, this cat shall surely die. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing and because he had no pity. Verse 7. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man.
Oof. Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul, and I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things.
He said he would have gave David whatever he wanted. Whatever he wanted. Keep going out.
Verse 9. Wherefore thou hast despised the commandment of the Lord to do evil in his sight. Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife.
Now he's checking him. He thinking Nathan don't know. Nathan is a prophet of God. He's a seer, what they called in the back in the day, right? They called him a seer. He knew exactly what David did. David thought he did that in secret. He did not do that in secret. 1 second, Malak, I got you. Go ahead.
And has taken his wife to be thy wife, and has slain him with the word, and has slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon.
And he slayed him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, behold.
Now listen to this. Listen here, right? Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, And I will take thy wives before thine eyes.
And I will take your wives before thine eyes. He's going to take his wives from him. Go ahead.
And give them unto thy neighbor.
And give them to who?
Unto thy neighbor.
And give them to who?
Thy neighbor.
He's going to take his wives and he's going to give his wives to his neighbor. Go ahead.
And he shall lie with thy wives.
And he shall what with your wives?
And he shall lie with thy wives.
And he is going to have sex with your wives. Go ahead.
In the sight of this son.
In the sight of this son, meaning what? Meaning what, Oscar? Go ahead.
In your lifetime?
No. You top?
Everybody gonna know.
Everybody's gonna know. He's gonna do it in front of everybody. How you did it in secret? You had sex with what's her name? Bathsheba in secret. Oh, that's fine. Well, these wives, I'm gonna give it to your neighbors, and they're gonna have sex with them in public, so everyone will know. Keep going.
Verse 12. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel.
You understand,
before
right?
The son.
Before all Israel and before the son. He's going to let everyone know. I got you, Oscar. Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord.
And now he said, I've sinned. I've sinned. I know, I've sinned. Go ahead.
And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die.
You understand, right? He said, the Lord put away his sin. Thou shalt not die. The Lord did kill his son, though. You understand? Any more on that? Keep going.
Verse 14. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. And Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick.
That's it. You understand, right? He had to kill that. He had to kill that baby, which was justified because of the sin, man. Very, very sad thing, but a very, very justified thing from the Lord. The Lord said he was going to give David's wives to his neighbors so they can have sex with David's wives and all Israel know. You know what I mean? That's just like remember when Joe Muhammad told Chris Rock he gotta have sex with Jada Pinkett Smith? That's where that came from, right there. That's the precepts. What was your question, Malakwan?
That's like when it said I gave you your what is it thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom. Like talk about literal wives, or is that metaphorical?
Yeah, like okay, metaphorically speaking, he did give him his house. He gave him Saul's house. I mean, that's where the kings lived. Now David lived there. And he took the woman that Saul would have had and he gave him to David. You get what I'm saying? That's how that went. You know what I mean? Mind you, remember, when a man dies, women are free. Women can remarry according to the law. She can remarry. That's how David got one of his ribs, Nabal. Not Nabal. What's her name? Not Nabal. Nabal was the husband. What's her name? Abigail. Nabal was her husband. He died, and she married David. Y'all understand, right? She had a question?
Sir, I have 2 questions, sir.
Go ahead.
In verse 11, it says that he will give David's wives to his neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the neighbors?
His neighbors. Brothers around him.
So that wouldn't be a sin to do that?
No.
Because the Lord is like allowing them.
Yeah, because the Lord saying this was going to happen. You get what I'm saying? Now, like, what would happen because of David's sin? What would happen? Your women will become adulterous women who are going to leave you and sleep with your neighbors, and everyone's going to know. That's what will happen. Everybody understand, right? Ash.
Sir. Okay, so these women will become other men's wives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a judgment from the Most High.
That's a judgment, but it did not happen though. He's telling no, it did not happen. The judgment was he killed his son. He's telling them what could have happened because of what he did. You get what I'm saying?
If it would have happened, it would not have been a sin.
Right. No, it wouldn't have been a sin. It would have been right. No, it's like it would have been a sin, but that's how David lived. So everyone would live like that. You get what I'm saying? Because David's a sinner, now the land will fall to whoredom. You heard that before? That's what will happen. You understand? Go ahead, Jaime.
Did he do it to scare him? To let him know
Yeah.
that could happen?
Exactly. He did it to scare him. You know what I mean? And he let him know it's not just a scary thing. He killed his son. You get what I'm saying? He let him know, like, this is your chance. The Lord loved David. That's why he said the Lord. That's why Nathan said the Lord would, what did he say, hide your sin or pardon your sin? He pardoned the sin because he should have took David, but he didn't. If you have sex with another man's wife, according to the Bible in the Old Testament, that's a death penalty offense. But he took his son instead. And then that's sad, right? Ash. The water.
And also, sir, on verse 4, I don't really get the metaphor. Like, I don't get what he's saying.
What's it say?
It says, and there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him.
What's the wall? You want to break it down?
So what he's saying is, like, King David, like Captain Gadar has said, he could have had any woman he wanted, right? Because he's the king of Israel. He could have any man he wanted, but instead of taking any woman, he took the poor man's woman, but it's putting it like a lamb. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Like a lamb, but he's saying you could have had any woman, but you took the poor man's woman instead of using one of your women.
Right.
But it's in a way of the parable is the lamb is you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that lust that King David had, that lust was on Solomon. That lust was on what's that brother name? What's the other son he had? Absalom. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same lust they had. You know what I mean? About to sleep with a whole bunch of women. Absalom wanted to sleep with his sister. You get what I'm saying? He want to sleep with his sister. That lust is a thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So like, I just want to say, I could feel the cut from over here, man, when you breaking that down. Like,
oh yeah. That lets you know adultery is real. You know what I mean? And let you know that these priests know what you're going through too. You know what I'm saying? They know. You know what I'm saying? How did Nathan know? He wasn't there. The Lord chose Nathan because the Lord wanted to make what's that word? The Lord wanted to speak through Nathan to get to David. You see, David was like, "Oh, this cat should surely die." Right. The hell? What is going on? Right. He said, "Yeah, you're him. Right. You're that cat that should die." Then he said, I have sinned. You're right. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Then he told him his son is gonna die, surely die, and he still said, "I'm gonna fast. I hope my son don't die." Then his son died anyway. Give him a point. No sweat. Let's keep going on this, right? Let's get to Matthew. No. Let me get Proverbs 6:32. Any other questions off the topic? Shout out.
I was wondering what the breakdown for abomination desolation.
Abomination desolation?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Matthew 24.
Okay, no sweat. Hold that for me. Let's read that. Proverbs.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
You understand that, right? If you commit adultery with a woman, you lack understanding. That's what the scriptures say. You don't have no understanding in you. You're unwise. You're someone who doesn't understand God. Right? Let me get this last precept. Jeremiah 12:9.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Go ahead.
The birds round about are against her.
Keep going.
Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field.
Wait, Salaki, give me, is it Jeremiah 9 and 12? Try 9 and 12.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the wise man that may understand this? And who is he to whom the mouth of the Lord hath spoken?
Salaki, that ain't Jeremiah 12 and 7. That's what I want.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12 and verse 7.
Go one verse up.
Verse 6. For even thy brethren and the house of thy father, even they have dealt treacherously with thee.
You dealt what with thee?
Treacherously with thee.
Go ahead.
Yea, they have called a multitude after thee.
Mm-hmm.
Believe them not. They speak fair words unto thee. I have forsaken mine house.
What the Lord say?
I have forsaken mine house.
Go ahead.
I have left mine heritage.
Go ahead.
I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies.
And that's how it feels to be cheated on, or have a woman sleep with another man. You know what I mean? Or a man sleep with throw away a woman and sleep with another woman. The Lord said this, right? I have forsaken my house. I have left my heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of our enemies. So just think about that, right? In a metaphorically way. You be with a woman, you raise a woman up, you raise a family with this woman, and she goes and sleeps with another man. And you loved her. You love her. Like this is a woman you love her absolutely. You got kids together, and you have to forget about her. That's what the Lord said he did with us. He loved us, but because of our spiritual adultery, spiritual fornication, he had to throw us away. You understand? He had to throw us away. So I think we were talking about this on One West Radio. Should you go back into a land that's polluted? How can the Lord even accept us back for being spiritual fornicators? You get what I'm saying? Would you take your woman back? Yeah, everybody don't even know, huh? You wouldn't. But you want the Lord to take you back. You understand? You want the Lord to take you back. And the Lord will take you back. That's the cold part. He is going to take you back. But damn, how many times you going to cheat on him? How many times you going to sleep with another nation? How many times you going to have another God? You understand? The Lord said you can't do that. That's what he did. He loved you so much, but damn, you betrayed him, so he had to throw you away. And you wonder why we in the position that we in? It's because of our spiritual fornication. Y'all understand, right? And that's what. And let me tell you like this: a woman sleep with another man, and she sleep with the priest of God, and she go sleep with another man. Wipe your hands clean. Now her life is down the drain. You better ask me about it. I know about 57 women like that. Right. Throw all my line. Come on. They left a priest of God. They want to come back to a priest of God. Can't do it though. Can't do it. Someone had their hand up. Ash, go ahead. This is Jeremiah 12:7. When you read this precept, you got to think about the nation of Israel and how they are with the Most High. And think about how if you would want your woman back after she committed adultery on you, right? That's how you want to break that down. Malakma.
I don't know if this is like I wanted to ask, so there's always a chance the Lord calls me like, nah, I won't take you back.
Is there a chance? The Lord can do whatever the hell he wants. But in the scriptures, he says he will. You get what I'm saying? That is a promise. You know what I mean? So we are absolutely, like, remember, he said we're the apple of his eye. You know what I mean? Let me Jeremiah 3:31. It might be 31:3 or 3:31. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's talking about the land is greatly polluted. Should I return? Let me get you. Wait a second then, all right?
What was it?
Jeremiah, I believe 3:31, or it might be 31:3.
I'm not certain.
31:3? Okay.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 3.
Start at 1.
At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness.
Go ahead.
Even Israel.
Go ahead.
When I went to cause them to rest, the Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love.
Right. Listen. Now this is the Lord. I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Who are you talking about? The nation of Israel. Right. He just said that in verse 1 or 2. Right. He talked about he was a what to us? Read 2 again. At the top of 2.
Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel when I went to cause him to rest.
Even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. Go ahead.
The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love.
That's how much the Lord loves you, with an everlasting love. Ask a man how much he loves a woman. A man loves a woman forever, everlasting. Men don't leave women. I mean, they do, but not really. Like if you're in a relationship with a woman, most of the time, and if you're in a world, a woman is gonna leave you. You right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? A man, he like, you breaking up with me? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in your spirit to like not break up with a woman if you're with her. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of it's kind of odd when a man breaks up with a woman. Go ahead, Malakma.
Like a man probably in the world leaves a woman because he thinks that woman's gonna leave him.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? But most of the time, men don't do that. Men always get left. That's the thing, right? A woman she might leave because a woman could be more emotional, so she doesn't understand being stable and stability and wanting this person. A woman needs security. You get what I'm saying? So she's not getting that security. She's gonna leave, right? And happiness. Oh my God, that happiness is a demon, boy. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being happy, but I don't even want to be happy 24/7. You want to be happy 24/7? That's a state, just like anything else. I don't want to be sad 24/7, but sometimes you're gonna be sad, right? You're gonna be angry. You're gonna be angry 24/7, right? Are you gonna be angry 24/7? I don't know. Some of y'all cats is hardcore. Y'all angry all the time, right? But what I'm saying though, those are our emotional. Those are states. Those are times. They're not happening all the time, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee.
Right. Go ahead.
Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets.
This is a beautiful precept. It is on my point. This ain't it though. Jeremiah 3:31. I say Isaiah, right?
No, you said Jeremiah.
I mean Isaiah. Salaki. Give me Isaiah 3:31 or 31:3. It's Isaiah. It's not Jeremiah. Salaki, bro. You know what I'm talking about, right, Thor?
What is it?
Where the land will be greatly polluted. I think it's Jeremiah. What did I just say?
31.
Which one? What book?
Jeremiah 31:3.
You got it?
So you said Jeremiah 31:3.
What I ask you for now, Isaiah? Let me hear it.
The book of
Jeremiah 3:1.
Jeremiah 3:1. Okay, Salakia. Jeremiah 3:1. I'm right there. I was right there. I ran around it. Jeremiah 3:1. Let's go.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife.
This is what they say. Listen, he said they say, right? When he says they say, who are you talking about? Us, Israel. They say. This is our law. Go ahead.
They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again?
Listen, they say if a man leaves a man, or a man, what did it say?
And she go from him and become another man's.
Now, if she goes from him and become another man's possession, because she's not your possession no more, because now this brother has sex with her, now he's her possession. Right? Go ahead.
Shall he return unto her again?
Or she's his possession. Go ahead. Read that again. Shall he return unto who again?
Shall he return unto her again?
Right. So now should that old brother return unto her again after she was become somebody else's man? Go ahead.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Shouldn't that land be greatly polluted? Go ahead.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
This is why it's twofold. Now, Laura said, you understand, right? So let me give it to you in your mind. Should you? And the cat might say, hell nah. Once you sleep with someone else, I'm good. He said, all right, no sweat. So haven't you played the harlot with many lovers? That's what he's asking them now. You get what I'm saying? Haven't you been a Christian? And haven't you been a Buddhist? Haven't you been in Judaism? I seen you in Islam. I thought you was an Egyptologist. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's what the Lord is saying back to us. Keep going.
Yet return again to me.
And then you want to yet return again to me? That's what you want to do? You want to try all these religions out and then return to me? Go ahead.
Yet return again to me, saith the Lord. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places,
Mhm.
and see where thou hast not been.
You understand? Right. He said, lift up thy eyes to the high places and see where you haven't been. That was some real game right there, by the way. But then he's telling them, right? He's telling them, look it, like I'm giving you an example of what you did or what you wouldn't accept. You get what I'm saying? You wouldn't accept your woman sleeping with no other man and taking her back into your house, would you? And every brother would be like, no. If you do accept a woman coming back from another man, it don't even sit back right in your spirit. In your spirit, it's something seared in your mind that it can never leave your mind because this woman has betrayed you. You get what I'm saying? Like in your mind, you might take a woman, like in the world, a lot of cats might take a woman back that slept with another man because of situations. They might, I need somewhere to live. I take this woman back. And then you get on your feet and you start to be like, hold on. I hate this woman. You get what I'm saying? Because you start thinking about what that person did to you. Right. So you like start looking like, hold on. What I don't need you. But now we're asking the Lord to take us back there. Now, let me not confuse a thing. The Lord is not saying to take a whore back.
Right.
That's not what he's saying. Y'all understand, right? What he's giving you an example of is would you accept it? And you wouldn't accept it. But he will accept it because his mercy is great. You understand? His mercy is great with us. So now we have to look at it and say, damn, we have did this. We have done that. We've done all these things. But now that we're born again, we can never do it again. You understand, right? Solid. Any more? That's it, right? Go ahead, read it for me.
In the ways hast thou sat for them as the Arabian,
Mm-hmm.
as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
Solid. You have polluted the land with your whoredom and your wickedness. That's what you did. So when you think about adultery, think about how you were to the Most High. Think about that. You want to teach your woman this too. Like, no matter, listen, your woman she might not like you for a week, whatever. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna get through this together. We're gonna work through this. Like we talk about it all the time, right, on the show too. Like kids, when you have kids with a woman, you owe your children your marriage. You get what I'm saying? Your children deserve both their parents. That's what they do deserve. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening between you and her, your children deserve y'all. You get what I'm saying? So you got to do it for that. You got to do marriage for everything. Everything matters when it comes to marriage, and you got to constantly work on it. But one thing you cannot do is leave each other, and that's according to God. You understand? God will look at the person who left as a sinner, and you will be judged as a sinner. Everybody understand that, right? So you make sure when you sleep with your woman, or you got a wife, that this is your wife for the rest of your life until you die. Even the white man says to death do his part, but he don't even mean that. Right. Because you got to agree to a contract to break a contract. Right? Because first y'all both have to agree to it, and then y'all first have to both agree to break the contract when contracts shouldn't be broken. The white man's contract don't mean nothing. Ask the basketball players.
Right.
Through all, right?
Right.
Hey, right. Listen, they got Kevin Durant had a 4-year contract. He requested a trade.
Right.
What are you talking about? You staying right here. You in a contract. But white people break contracts all the time. They got buyouts. Not your time.
I was gonna say about the treaty.
You know where I was going. You get what I'm saying? White people listen. You know what a black man and Hispanic man's contract is? Anybody know? Come on, go ahead.
Law, statute, and commandment.
Come on, you correct, but I'm gonna say it and y'all gonna get mad. Shout it right. You should definitely know the shout it right. Huh?
I was just gonna say
the covenant. All right, y'all gonna be mad when I say it. Like my what? Your word. Word is bond. Come on, New York. You from Brooklyn or Bronx? Brooklyn. Come on, Brooklyn. But no, right or wrong though. And even when you read that book, Black Indians, and even in the Bible, your word is your bond. They didn't write nothing down. If you said it, That's what it was. What does Scripture say? Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. That your word is your bond. We didn't have to write nothing there. If you said it, we believed it, and we moved on, and we did it. Shut her up.
And before that, I was going to say, if you bind it to a contract, you bind yourself to that agreement.
What they call it? No, you just said you bind yourself in the agreement. What they call it? They call it a verbal agreement. Those are that's a real thing too. Your verbal agreement is a real thing. In court, right? But now they say you still need paper. But if you say verbally, I'm going to go to this, like football player, you in high school, I'm giving you a verbal commitment. I'm going to Southern California. I'm going to school. That's your verbal commitment. And then you break it. You say, I want to go. I don't want to go to. I want to go to UCLA now. You broke that agreement. They do it all the time. They break agreements. But Black and Hispanics do not break agreements. You learn that from white people. You know what I mean? You learn that from white people. That's why KD can say, I want to trade. You got 4 years on your contract. If I was a GM, you're not going anywhere. You got 4 years on your contract, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you work it. Someone had their hand up.
Also, a lot of guys, because he said, about the seductive part.
Yeah.
They also don't honor the, for better or for worse.
Man, for better or for worse, that's another thing. And that's the thing about marriage. Like I learned it from General Muhammad, which I don't know if y'all heard this, but it's like a car. Being in a marriage is like having a car, right? In a car, what do you have to do in your car? You have to keep up the maintenance of your car. What's one thing you have to do once a month in your car, at least? Oil change, right? Some of us once a month, some of us 3 months, right? 6 months, whatever. You need an oil change in that car. That oil change is the key to everything. Key to everything, right? Oil change keeps your head gasket from blowing, keeps your radiator. Was it radiator? You know what I'm talking about. It keeps everything. It keeps everything lubricated, right? It keeps everything lubricated in the car, so you're riding smooth. So you want to get that all the time. So now the other things you got to do is check your brakes, right? You got to check your brakes here and there. Your brakes start tripping, you got to go replace your brake pads. If your rotor's messed up, you got to replace the rotor. Your tire might be low, put some tire in there. Your tires might be bald, change the tire. Your headlight gets out, you got to put the headlight in. You got to replace the headlight. Those are hassles, but those things, if you want your car to run, you're going to have to do those things, right? Timing belt, right? Fuel pump, you're going to have to spend a little money. All these things happen, but you need your car to run, and that's a marriage. Everybody understand, right? You do that in your marriage. You keep up the maintenance in your marriage. And another thing about marriage too is you have to compromise from one another, right? If you're going to be with someone, you're going to have to compromise with one another. When I mean compromise, meaning you're going to do things you don't like, and she's going to have to do things she don't like. One thing you can never compromise is the truth. Y'all understand that, right? That's one thing that is not on the table. You cannot compromise the truth. You can compromise you not going to, or you not watching something you want to watch, right? You got to watch what she want to watch sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You got to, listen, she need a break from the kids. You got to go take the kids somewhere and do your thing. It's compromise. You know what I mean? Those things compromise. But just don't compromise the truth, all right? All right, solid. Good to go on that. Let me answer the sister's question. Any questions in the room? I think Ash had a question off the topic. Go ahead.
It was referring to Christ. I know you said about the Most High. We sinned against him in his spiritual order, but he still accepted us back.
Yes.
I think it's in Matthew 6:10.
Uh-huh.
Where it says the Lamb took the book, and we sung a new song or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like
that's
Christ?
the new covenant?
Right. Is that so? The Lamb in heaven is Christ.
Right.
And that's Christ stepping up and saying, "I'll die for the people."
Yes.
Give them back.
Absolutely.
So Christ was an angel.
Yeah. Christ is an angel. He's an angel right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of course, we can go over reincarnation soon. We talk about the Lamb and Isaac's son being Christ, and it's like Isaac being Christ and Solomon being Christ. You know what I mean? We could talk about all those things, but those are all true things in reincarnation according to the Bible. Of course, we prove all those things, right? Good to go? This sister said right here, with all due respect, why would a woman want another man's husband? Why would a woman? Because the brother is an amazing brother. That's why, sis. Just to answer your question. Why, if she's single, she might look at this brother and he might be an amazing cat and she wants to marry him too. And she can if he wants her. That's just to answer your question. All right. You might not want another woman's husband, and you don't have to. But some women want that cat. All right. Any other questions? Shout it out.
I had a question about the abomination desolation. You want to do it next week?
No, we can pull it now. Malak, my other question?
No, Pastor.
What was it?
Can we get a breakdown of Deuteronomy 28:57?
28 and 57. All right, let me get that one first since it sounds quick, and I'll get to yours. Shout it out. Go ahead up. Black box.
Oh, kind of. Deuteronomy 28:57.
Go ahead.
And toward her young that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Mm-hmm.
So that's talking about abortion, right?
That's an abortion precept, absolutely. Okay. That's an abortion precept. And okay, you gotta quote me on it. Don't quote me on this, but I believe there was a time where they was actually eating their babies too. It was a hell thing. It was a hellish thing. Not because we're cannibalists, but we was getting oppressed so bad that we had no food, and it was better for us to eat our children for them to live. You know, like that's how down we were. You know what I'm saying? Just like today in America, it's better for us to kill our babies so we can have a career. So you know, or it's better for us to kill our baby so they don't have to suffer this poorness like I'm poor. You get what I'm saying? But at the time they was eating them, and yeah, that was horrible. You know what I'm saying? But that is not our culture. But it was a curse. It was something that happened to us. Thawal, you want to say something?
I was going to say that historically, what had happened was when the Romans came to destroy Jerusalem, the siege of Jerusalem, they surrounded Jerusalem and they blocked off all the entrances and exits, and they cut off the water. And so they basically starved us to death. You know what I'm saying? And that's why brothers and sisters return to eating their babies.
God. I mean, listen, we say the white man is the oppressor, and you know what I really want to say?
Right.
That the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And we don't say that because we naturally you have a hate for them. It's because their character absolutely says that they are this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like to think that we're uneducated because all we say is, "Oh yeah, all y'all do is just hate the oppressor." Well, no. We can go through history and bring out everything that the crimes that happened to us,
right.
And any country or any nation that has some type of oppression happen to them or murder, you know what I mean, happen to them, hates the people that did it to them. Okay. We're the only ones that can't have a voice or can't speak on it because we're here, we're alive. It didn't happen to us. Well, that's a lie. It did happen to us. You know what I mean? I was on them boats. I was in them fields. You get what I'm saying? Like that was me. I was there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Shout it out.
It's just like we're forbidden to even point out our oppressors' deeds, like what happened to General Muhammad. I think was saying that in the last Black Watch about how Tiger Woods was the guy for Tiger Woods. I forget his name. He was
the caddy.
The caddy.
Yeah, I forget his name. Yeah.
Bring some fried chicken to the. He could hit all of the line drives, whatever he could hit, but make sure you bring some fried chicken too.
Yeah.
And, he was oppressed, but nobody remembers his name.
Right.
But they remember.
Right. They remember the overcomers, but they don't remember who the people who they had to overcome.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to charge them. Right. We got to charge. That's why we say their name. That's why that's a great thing. When you go and speak, at camp, we're going to San Diego on Saturday. Get out of hand, you know what I mean? We're going to be in San Diego. I can't wait. You know what I mean? Your time over there chomping at the bits, right? So we can't wait to get to San Diego. We can talk about our oppressors by name and charge them. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, you definitely should. You don't sound like a broken record. You sound like a people who never got justice. You know what I mean? You never got justice. The Jewish man doesn't do it because he gets his justice.
Right.
He doesn't have to talk about it. He gets billions of dollars every year, right? His own homeland and country in aid, right? Ukraine gets aid. Goddamn. Well, Ukraine just went to war. They get all the aid ever. Afghanistan gets aid from America?
Well, not the aid, but when they came.
Yeah, they on a plane. Right. Right. Meanwhile, the Mexican is called a criminal.
Right.
You understand? Them Cubans, listen, a Cuban hop on a damn piece of drywall in the middle of what ocean is that? What ocean is that? Atlantic Ocean. Hop on a piece of drywall and he gets all the way to the shore and gets deported right back. Not even deported, just sent back and gets put put up in that jail and then goes right back after being on drywall and surviving. You get what I'm saying? Someone had your time.
I was gonna say them Jews get justice. Them Germans that was in them camps, they be 100 years old with the
Yeah.
They still throwing
And go in front of a judge and get a 5-year sentence at 99 years old. That just happened. So what you're saying is correct. It's been happening for years. Once they find them, they're called Nazi hunters.
Right.
Nazi hunters. So when they find you, you was a guard that opened the door for the other guard who's the real killer. You're getting the life sentence, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me answer your question real quick. Shut it right before we roll.
Okay, it was Matthew 24:15.
Wait, hey, Thawal, can you find me the precept for this? I want to answer this. I answered this question, but the sister said, with all due respect, why would a woman want another man's husband? Can you find me the precept? There's a precept I want to pull. Hopefully you remember. Anyone can pull it. There's one that I'll take that. Isaiah. I'll take Isaiah. 7 women. There's another one though. There's the one with mandrakes in the Genesis. When the women traded mandrakes. If someone can find that as well. All right. Rebecca. Were you talking about Rebecca and Leah?
Yeah, where they could, one of them couldn't have kids. The mandrakes is kind of like.
No, the mandrakes is like a mockery damn near. It's like a something to get the man right. You feel me? So, but it's natural. Let me get your precept, Shadrach.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 15.
Let me get the brother read it right here. Matthew 24 and 15.
Yeah.
Avant, can you read that? Matthew 24 and 15. And what's your question on this? What is the abomination desolation? What was the question? Some brother asked me earlier. I said I'll answer later.
I don't know. I came from the back. Y'all was talking about brothers and sisters eating their kids. Well, the abomination desolation, if you go to the next scripture, is Christ is telling you, he say, flee to the mountains and all that. That's when the Romans came down and destroyed Jerusalem.
Oh, so same thing.
The abomination desolation in the holy places, when they came down, they destroyed Jerusalem. We ran out. They took all of our
goods.
All our goods for trophies. They took the menorahs and all that.
So this is a precept you need then, Shadrach. This is a precept you need for that, right? For that precept. So what the wall said is correct. So the precept you would need is what'd you say at the one in the beginning?
When the Romans came and destroyed Jerusalem, and Christ was telling them to flee to the mountains.
Okay, this is what you need, Shadrach. Don't weep for me. Remember when Christ said, "Don't weep for me, weep for them." Y'all familiar with that? It's in Luke. Find that for me, Baba Shah, where Christ said, "Don't weep for me, weep for them." Let me find it. What's our last question?
You want to get some awareness? I got the one for Isaiah.
Yeah, hold on. Don't weep for me, weep for them, or weep for yourselves. Luke 23 and 28. That's the precept. Give me Luke 23 and 28. But let me get Isaiah 4:1. There's another precept though, the wall. No, you got the mandrakes or no? You got the mandrakes. Give me the mandrakes, Yatai.
This is Genesis 30 and 14.
Just to add on, because sister said, with all due respect, which she said she's being respectful. Why would a woman want another man's husband? I said because that is just a good brother. You know what I mean? Like it's a good brother. So now I'll give you a precept or two to show it to as well. Go ahead.
And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, "Give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes."
Right, I said Rebecca, Rachel, give me, I pray thee, of your son's mandrakes. Right, go ahead.
And she said unto her, "Is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband?"
Right, go ahead. Is it a small matter that you took my husband? That's a small thing. Remember, these are women. They're going at it. Go ahead.
And wouldst thou take away my son's mandrakes also?
Go ahead. You gonna take my son's mandrakes? You bitch. You was a cold stone bitch, ain't you? Go ahead.
And Rachel said, "Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes."
Go ahead.
And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes.
And this is what happened to you, Akim. That might be too young for this, right? So things will happen where you want to have sex with women, right? You want to have sex with a woman, you have sex with your woman, and that's what happens. There's a shift in life where your woman, or if you have more than one, they want to have sex with you all the time. And you're like, oh man, this is crazy. This is what he's going through. He's going through, like she's saying, they are organizing who's gonna lay with who for what night. You get what I'm saying? And they're not friends, they're sisters, right? But they're angry with each other because they sharing a man, but they're being cordial because they have to share a man. Y'all understand, right? They have to share this brother. So sharing this brother doesn't feel good. Sisters don't want to share, man. That's not even who they are for real. But these sisters understood this is what it is. You get what I'm saying? This is what it is. So for them knowing that, they said, okay, you had these mandrakes sleep with us one night, and I'll get these mandrakes and I'll sleep with him this night. They're organizing who gets what. We're going to trade for this and trade for that. That's all, right? So when she asked that question, it's because, yeah, this cat is just a really good brother. Not every brother going to have it. But some women want the same brother. It is what it is. It's totally lawful in the Bible, right? Now, can that brother leave any of those women? Karaza? Can the women leave him? Yeah. Angry or not angry? You understand? They can be angry all they want. A lot of women want to separate with a man. You can separate. You can separate for a year, 6 months, whatever you want. You cannot have sex with another man. You understand? And then in separation, you got to come back to the brother. There has to be a time of coming back to him. Yeah. So if you as a woman, this is what it is. You know what I mean? You get one shot. You a man, you get one shot at making the right decision. Y'all understand, right? Don't make the wrong ones. Thor, you got it. Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah 4:1.
Mm-hmm.
And in that day,
hold on. So the question was, with all due respect, why would a woman want a man's husband? So I'm just showing you biblical things, right? So it's a lot more. David had, I think, about 6 wives. You know what I mean? 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? Solomon had about 700, I believe, something like that. 1,000. He had 1,000. That ain't including the heathens. That's just 1,000 women. You feel me? A woman can never be your rib. Y'all understand that, right? She can't be your rib. If you would have a heathen as a wife, she cannot be your rib. She's your wife. Your rib is your family. You're someone from your race. Y'all understand, right? So if you have a heathen as a wife, she's just your wife. You understand? So you don't ever call her your rib. Y'all understand, right? Ash. Yeah. They had to change their vocabulary. If he got a Ethiopian woman as my rib, that ain't your rib, right? A rib is a family member according to the Bible. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Y'all remember that precept, right? 2 Samuel 5:1. So she can never be a rib. She'd be your wife. And Solomon had wives. Those wives, those women that he had were Israelite women. You know what I mean? He can never say that's my rib, though. Those Edomites and those Ammonites that he slept with was heathen women. Those are just wives. You understand? Isaiah 4:1.
The book of Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
How many women?
7 women shall take hold of one man.
How many women?
7 women shall take hold of one man.
Okay.
Saying.
No, that was good. That's all I need. Because why would a woman want the same man as the other women, right? That was the question. 7 women might want the same man. I don't know. The scriptures, Christ said in out of his own mouth, the kingdom of heaven is like it's 10 virgins. And them five women that actually had to have sex with that man was having sex with the same man. I'm just saying. Kraza. Yeah. When I see a brother with more than one wife, I'm like, I understand. That's a good cat. You know, what's the problem? Y'all have the same qualities. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you tired. Y'all like the same thing in a man. That's common, right? You tired.
Doesn't it also say in Isaiah that he'll make a man more precious than gold?
Hello. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can do whatever you want. You can turn a woman down if you want to. But just don't let your woman turn your other woman down. Please don't make that happen. Jesus Christ. Don't let that happen. All right? So we good to go on that, right? Malakma.
Like, can I just had a question about the breakdown on Jeremiah 5 and 15?
5 and 15, let's go.
Oh, God. Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation.
Mm-hmm.
A nation whose language thou knowest not.
There you go.
Neither understandeth what they say.
Mm-hmm. This is a perfect precept of Deuteronomy. That's what you want?
Well, yeah, my question is, because I had a Negro only Israelite try to tell me that this.
You had a what type of Israelite?
So like a Negro only. Fake.
Oh, okay. Negro only fake. Them. What do they call at the wall? Base, I guess, is the. The FOPE.
I don't know if the Catholic people.
But go ahead though. So what they saying?
They try to say that because of this precept right here, that means that Deuteronomy 28 and 48 and 50 does not apply to so-called Hispanics and Native Americans.
Oh, for real? Oh, so the Spaniards that came over the Atlantic slave trade, right? Over the Atlantic, and came and got those Native American Indians and those Mexicans that spoke Hebrew, by the way. So that don't apply to them. Okay, no problem. You see how ridiculous that is. So you just cut them with that, and then you pull out Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, right? Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. I got the page in my notes somewhere. You go to the page, and you go read where Reuben spoke Hebrew, and they didn't understand his language. That's what you got to use. So you use that to cut them. So what does this mean right here when they said, Shalom, Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Akkad? Shalom, Israel, our Lord is one. So then you go to Deuteronomy, right? Give me that one in Deuteronomy where there's a precept actually for the book, right? Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Try 4 and 6 or 6 and 4. Thor, you want to say something?
No, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask, what nation is this right here in Isaiah? Is that Syria or Babylon?
In this right here?
Yeah, in Jeremiah 5 and 15.
No, this is Esau.
Oh, this is
Yeah, this is Esau. This is okay. We're in this captivity. We're not talking about the actual captivity though. We're talking about what in history in Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? So Jeremiah, because this precept goes exactly with Deuteronomy, the things are going to happen. But now, let me rephrase that. What happened was those things happened to us throughout all our captivities. So not just this captivity, it happened to us in that captivity. In that captivity, the only thing that makes a difference is this. How you know it's talking about Esau is the cargo slave ships, because we didn't go to cargo slave ships in every captivity. The one we went into was the one back to Egypt, which was the bondage, which is America. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to use. All right. You got it though. Did we pull some? Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 6 or 6 and 4.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
No, that's not the one. 6 and 4. Try 6 and 4.
This is Deuteronomy 6 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Is what kind of Lord?
One Lord.
So now, this is what the Reubenites said to the other Reubenite sister, I believe, a sister or a brother, when they took their voyage. And what's that book, the wall? Isn't it cute? It's the book is no, it's not. It's Lost Tribes, but it's another one too where it gives another account of the same account. It was Columbus to Cuba, I believe, or Columbus to I forget the book. I'll find the book. You'll find the book. They had the same account though. They had the same account of what happened when this Spaniard is in between these Israelites, right? And he doesn't understand the language. So when you take this to the cat that says he's Negro only Israelites, he's a fool because he doesn't understand the Bible or he doesn't understand history. You know what I'm saying? How was the what's that damn rock called in New Mexico found? Because Israelites were living there. There was no Judites there at the time. There was no Benjamites at the time. You get what I'm saying? There might have been some Haitians, but they was far away in damn Haiti. The island they call Hispaniola. How you say that? Hispaniola. You know what I mean? They was way over there. Wouldn't even call Haiti yet. So, of course, you just got to chop it down. It's real simple. You're talking to simple people. Don't forget that. Always remember when you're in a battle and they say something that is against what we teach, they're simple. And all you got to show is two things in the scriptures and that book. So it's good to keep that book note in your page. I got the book note in my phone. I'll send it to you, all right? As a matter of fact, let me give it to you right now. Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. I got the book in my Krazes, I got the book, right? Oh, he left. Lost Tribes. So you want to go to page 77 through 78. All right. So get page 77 through 78, and you're gonna find what I'm talking about. You gotta pull this excerpt, then you precept it with Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Precept with Deuteronomy 6 and 4, and you cut them. All right. And also put Black Indians page 27 just for a backup, just for some more evidence. All right. Black Indians page 27. Any other questions? Solid. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Oscar Ward. Okay.
Men of Israel, Amijah, he's standing in Hebrew. In the Sar, he's turning to Hebrew. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Shem El Shabrak.
Yahweh Shem El Shabrak. Thumb.
Men of Israel, we're going to Sar, turn face the Aqua, sister in the Hebrew. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alathah
Shem El Shai. Yadi Matah, dismissed.
What's up with you, wine? Well, them eyes look heavy, wine. Hey, man, you hook me up with a little bit. What happened to your arm, bro? Sprain? My wrist. Wrist, bro. Damn, your time. You don't mind, man. I got. Don't worry about it. Yo, Eric. Nah. I need some ice grab. I don't trust that left cast right now, bro. Hey, you give me some ice and some more tonic, bro. Hey, short though. Not that heavy-handed shit. What's going on, Hank? Good to see you again. You know a salute yet? Okay, we're sending you a salute. So say Shalom, peace to you, your house, which is most high.
west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live in. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suck trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars. I coach him up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, but down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me.